Good morning, guys and girls. How's it going? Screezilla here, and I hope you're all well. And this is just a quick tutorial kind of video. Nothing too flashy and interesting, but I've had a couple of questions about it, and I thought I'd let people know. So, in a previous video, I did basically a video where was flying a plane and had multiple planes with me, and it looks like a mission. And what that is actually in test flight. Let's just jump to the key 87 here, and we'll take it for a test flight. Now, you've got your normal test flight here where you can set up all your parameters, but down here on the left hand side you've got what's called the mission editor. Now, this mission editor allows you to make your own mission. So let's go for attack on Pearl Harbor, say, and we'll go Pearl Harbor East. And what we can do is then select the difficulty battle, friendly sector at the front, say hostile sector at the scenario, and here we can select free flight, combat air control, waypoint flight, intercept bomber mission, destroy vehicles, destroy artillery. And this is really good if you want to practice like destroying certain things on the ground or certain vehicles or even certain planes. So let's go intercept bombers. You can set your ammo to limited and unlimited and all of that stuff. So we'll apply those settings. And then we can choose the enemy fighters and enemy bombers. So for the fighters, we will choose... let's go for... what should we go for? Let's pound some boomerangs. So we can set how many of there are. So there'll be 4 of them. Now we've got 5 in our flight, plus 4 in my flight. So you have 4 vehicles, and they're basically backup vehicles that you can use if you get shot down. And we will take on what bombers shall we fight. You can sort of select the list of bombers that you're fighting here. Let's take on the Hudsons. Okay, so you can set the amount of these. So let's say 15 Hudsons, and they'll have these kinds of bombs on board with rockets, and that's all good. So then you click apply, and then you'll start the user mission. And it's basically a way of testing the vehicle in a more combat scenario. So you can actually test out bombers and bomb things, or you can test out fighters to fight things, or interceptors to intercept things. So we'll just skip all of that. So there we are. So as we can see, we're at a good altitude, and there's our flight. So we've got our 3 planes for our flight, 4 if you include me, and then we've got our allies over there as well. Now in the distance you can see there are the bombers, and there'll also be the fighter escort. So we set this up so we can have a practice taking down the Hudson. Now in reality we're not going to face the Hudson, and we're not going to face the boomerang. But if we were struggling to take out those planes, we could set up the mission so we can actually fight them, so we can actually practice killing certain planes. So let's start diving. Now in this plane I'm needing practice with the cannons, say, so I want to get used to using the cannons. So I'm taking on some bombers here. Now we're going to fly through their formation, and as you can see the fighters are above us. So we're coming in, swoop past, and we've got some more Hudsons here. There we go. We've got some hits, and that's basically it. This is basically what you do, is you just set up a scenario and then you fight it. Now we're coming in at poor approach here on a big formation of bombers coming in at the back. And we're down. And you can sort of see that, okay, so we need to practice where's the safe point to basically attack the Hudson from for us. So now we can jump out of this plane, and then we will be in one of our friendlies. Unfortunately, our friendlies are right at the back here. And again, we're taken out because we're being stupid and sitting at the back of enemy planes. And the Hudson is ridiculously powerful. It's taken a fair whack from 20mm rounds and 30mm rounds. There we go, finally taking it down. So from behind, obviously, we have a real struggle to take out Hudsons. So in future we go, okay, well, we'll have to work out a better way of doing it. Now, we've got the boomerangs behind us. So let's have a try on a boomerang. Now, the boomerang's going to be a bit more nimble than us, so we have to try and learn how to get in on that. So we'll do a bit of a practice run on that. And it's basically just practicing your skills. That's all you're doing, is you're just practicing your flying skills. And you're practicing your gunnery skills as well, because sometimes you just need that practice, and it's really a good way to do it. And you can put lead indicators on or anything like that, or you can go arcade style or sim style if you want to practice fighting in simulator mode. You know, it just gives you many options to actually play with. Now, of course, the boomerang's quite a small target, so hitting it with these cannons can be pretty tricky. There we go. And as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit to get it done, just because I'm really, as I say, I'm not very good with Japanese cannons, and as you see, the boomerangs can turn in on us a lot quicker than we can turn. Now we've got two here, and we've got the speed advantage. And again, just missing those cannon shots, so it's something we need to practice on, and it's something I really struggle with. Something I'm really struggling with this plane with is simply that shooting of fighters. Did get a hit there with our 20s, but there was no real damage. It's probably an AP round. So again, you can even practice with different rounds. Now we've got turn on this boomerang now. There we go, one's down. We're just not quite in the position. And then the other one's taken down by the friendlies. So that's basically what the mission maker is and what it's there for and how to use it. So I do hope you found this somewhat interesting. Again, I'm just going to pop back and just show you one more time how to do it. And then in eFeat, there we go. You could save the replay, say, or anything like that. You don't spend any lions or anything like that. So you just go to, say we were doing a bomber test flight, mission editor, select the mission. So Battle of Britain can be hard because sometimes there's not many bomb targets, but say we'll go for Siege of Malta, and then you select your positioning. You do have to sometimes tinker a little bit with what you're doing with this as well. So we've got artillery bombing mission or free flight. So you can bomb the artillery, get used to bombing with this plane, all that kind of stuff. And you can also get used to defending yourself with it, because you could set enemy fighters coming in at you and all of that stuff. So yeah, that is the mission editor, and it's a really useful tool. Unfortunately, it does not have the same system for tanks, so it is only planes. Although I will just check, because there has been a new vehicle released since we last spoke, but I very much doubt that's going to be a option. No mission editor for boats either. One last thing actually for the mission editor that I probably should say is the mission editor is only for vehicles that you own. So while you can test drive a plane that you don't own, so let's use this BF-110, we can just do a standard test flight in it. You can't use the mission editor for it. You can only use the mission editor for planes that you actually own. Okay guys, well I hope you found this interesting and useful. Please let me know below if it's helped you out at all and if you're going to use this, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.